YouTube, welcome back to a brand new episode of Capital Cosplay TV, and today I'm going to be doing another tutorial on how to make Spider-Man Homecoming web shooters. Now the reason being is because of my cosplay Comic-Con recap video. I said I'm either going to get the Flash Season 4 suit or the Spider-Man Homecoming suit, and a few of you guys voted. I'm shooting this just like an hour or two after I uploaded it. So far, 2 of you have said Homecoming, and none of you have said the Flash. So I'm going with the Homecoming suit, and it doesn't come with web shooters. So, also, the side note, the Spider-Man suit is shipping from Hongzhong or somewhere in China, so it's going to take a little while to get here. But I'm going to be making my own web shooters, so I'm so excited to get this done, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do some techniques with the heat gun to try to cheat some layering kind of things. It will hopefully be different than others you've seen, and I'll try to make it not overly complex. But with that being said, let's get into the build.
Tools and materials you will need are templates I printed off of Odin Makes, link in the description, hot glue, a razor knife, contact cement, spray paint, and EVA Foam, and some Velcro. I'm using a flash score here because I don't care. Now, cut out this base piece off of the Odin Makes template. Now you're also going to want to cut out the dispenser thwippy kind of piece, if that makes sense. And you're just going to want to tape those together and put it down on your EVA foam, trace it, and cut it out. If you can find your X-Acto knife, which I could not in this segment of the video. It's not an X-Acto knife, it's a utility knife. Now be sure to trim up that circle piece with your scissors to make it look a little bit nicer. Now we're going to want to cut out like a square looking piece there. If you can get your contact cement open, you're going to want to glue it down right on the inside, like so. Once that's glued down, you're going to hot glue on some Velcro right there, flip it over, and put the other piece of Velcro on the other side. Now you're just going to want to heat form the whole thing with a heat gun and then conform it to your wrist so that the thwippy thing goes on your palm correctly and it will curve around your wrist properly. Now you might have to trim it up just a little bit to make it look a little bit nicer, but once you do, it should look great. Next thing you're going to do is cut out this funky H looking thing, and you're just going to want to contact cement that right under the thwippy thing. I'm just going to call it the trigger. Once you've done that, it should look like that. I'll cut out this weird hexagon looking thing, and that'll go right at the top of the H. That's my doggy. You can't have my Totinos. Just disregard this little square cutting out thing right here because I ended up putting another piece on top of that to make it a little more three-dimensional. But you're just going to want to contact cement that piece right there in the top of that H section and make it look really cool. Now you're going to want to cut out a square that fits right in the rectangle you cut out, the H-looking thing. You're going to want to score a line right down the middle and one right down the width of it at the tops. The shape will be shown right here in a second. Run it over with your heat gun to separate it and you'll have that shape. Now just contact cement that piece down, and once you do, it should look something like what's coming up here in a second. Like that. Now disregard this whole piece right here, only because I ended up cutting it off. Please don't get Totino all over the floor. Gave my dog a pizza roll. That might not be the smartest thing. So disregard this piece because I ended up cutting it off anyway just to make it look a little bit sleeker. So forget everything you're about to see. He got Totino all over the floor, Louie. My doggy's gonna show up at the end of the video. Now you're gonna wanna score some lines right along the little bridge in the middle and then run that over with the heat gun. Now this is just me trying on the thing, making sure it looks cool and that stuff. So then you're going to want to score some lines along here. Then run it over with your heat gun. Once you've run it over with your heat gun and sealed the whole thing, I'm not using Mod Podge, I'm just sealing it with the heat gun itself. You're going to want to get out your black spray paint. And give it a nice coat. You're going to have to mask off the Velcro so that that's still functional. And once you've done that, you're going to want to paint some silver onto the web dispenser thing and the web cartridges. Keep in mind that I added a kind of coffin looking piece on top of the initial web dispenser to give it some more dimension, and then I put some red down and painted the top of those web pieces, the web cartridges. And that is what it should look like as I drop the time-lapse speed right there, and now you're going to have a finished web shooter roughly based on Spider-Man Homecoming.
That is how you make your very own web shooters. Now, I am so happy with how these turned out. This is my doggy. Say hi, Lewis. Oh, he wants to leave. Say hi. Hi to YouTube, you're famous. It's just on my Instagram, too. Alright, go ahead. This is how you make... He's gonna jump up on my bed now, isn't he? So this is how you make your very own web shooters, and I am so happy with these. I did make some improvements on the second one over the first one. Like, I grinded away at the texturing here, so the adhesion is much better. Don't pee in the corner, please. Where are you going? Oh. I grinded away at the, texturing here, so it adheres better. The Velcro is not that good. The Velcro doesn't attach to itself well. I did have to do 2 coats of silver here to make it, stick the right way, or to make it look pristine. Now, these are not completely movie accurate by any means. These are more inspired by the movie, but if you showed these to someone, I'm pretty sure they would recognize these as the Homecoming, web shooters, or they would just, I don't know. It depends on who you ask. If it's just some random person on the street, it's likely they're not even going to know what they look like. So yeah, these are awesome. I don't know when my Spider-Man suit's even going to get here, though. It's likely that it's going to get here in like 2 weeks because it's shipping from China, like I said in the beginning of this video. But tell me what other tutorials you would like me to do in the comments below. I will leave a link to Odin's channel, who made the templates. I will leave a link to where you can get the templates, and I will leave a link to my Instagram, where I already posted pics of making these. With that being said, that'll wrap it up for this video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, share it with your friends, add this to your favorites. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to see things like these early, and that's it. See you guys later.